at my notes.
We are recording.
Okay. All right.
Duly noted.
I knew duly noted. I forgot my notes. No, I was like, oh no. My notes.
But they're digital.
All right. Okay. So, we make our way into the passage. And there is heat emanating from the cave. We immediately are found with two paths in front of us. The left side to a large chamber, and the right side's a little bit more dark, so we don't really want to check out just yet. So we head over to the left. There seems to be some white stone material throughout the cave. Some animal seems to be homed here, but it doesn't seem too dangerous. And then we find like a little storage area for supplies, which makes sense. It seems like somebody maybe was camping out here or mining here. We're not positive, but we get some torches, some flint, and some chalk, and then some long rope with it. We then go backwards, because that was all that was in that room. Go into the right side, and head towards the metal door with the 4 symbols. After a little bit of weeble wobbin, we're able to open it to an antechamber covered in paintings. We're not sure if it's for worship or history. There are bronze standing lizards, 4 of them, painted outside of these groups of people, and it seems like the lizards were drawn by different people. We head further into the cave with another split, one on a tiny stairway that Kiara goes up by herself, and then on the right side leads to another large chamber where there's some reflective light. As she is heading up there, she notices that some of her rations have gotten stolen while she was climbing, and then when she starts heading back down, that there are some newly drawn pictures that were not there before, which is a little creepy deaky. Creepy deaky. We then head back. She mentions this to the rest of the group. We decide, okay, that's weird. That's suspicious. So we head to the right side. We find that it's filled with these tiny crystals. There's seemingly dust on the floor. Not a lot of people have been here in a while. And there's also a place that's been dug out. And then Kaiser finds a device on the ground with a disc on its ends with handles. Abigail then spots a large crack on the floor without falling into it, so, we're breaking a cycle.
Score one for Abigail.
Yeah. One step forward, literally. Then there are repeat vibrations coming through the floor and the wall. We also are able to see a painting. Abigail and Kaiser are able to see a painting on the ceiling, seemingly on the crystal itself as they try to poke it, and there's no chalk on the stick. And again, it's seeming on the crystal, and then 4 more paintings appear inside the area that we were not there before. So, we relight the torches as we realize if we we take them out, we maybe they'll whatever happens, but we relight the torches, and then 2 fully grown, I wrote down cat lizards pop out, and I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, close enough. A little bigger.
They don't attack us. They just look around and then go back into painting version of themselves. And skitter around the crystalline walls. We then enter the next chamber, and it's a very large room with a large mechanism in the middle of the room, a cage, sounds of water, and exits. Abigail and Beatrice investigate the machine. It seems to be some sort of grind down machine, maybe for those crystals down there that would grind the crystals down to a fine powder. Seems like they were refining the crystals here. Abigail then goes into the second room and finds that there's a diagram on the machine. Then we discovered that in the cage was a cat, which then we decide, what's great? We should toss it food. Which, of course, brings out one of the lizards who freaks out the cat, which then freaks out the lizard. So the lizard gets really fucking big and busts open the cage while the cat scampers inside the machine, because, yeah, why wouldn't it? And we just...
Top-notch GM intrusion, by the way. Thank you for letting me blow shit up like that.
And then Kaiser's like, okay, I have a solution. Hucks more food away from our general direction with a large lizard, and eventually goes back down because it no longer feels threatened and scurries off to get the food. We then decide to resume our normal proceedings, realizing we should not spook these lizards because they get really, really fucking big. And I don't know how powerful these things are, but Greg did make it seem like they could hurt. Um, so, excuse me. Um, Kiara goes to the other room and starts to hear voices in there. We don't really understand what they're saying. And then one with the light helmet shines us with some infralight. And I caught 3 of the 4 names. So we got Astaria, Dion, Earhart, Sorcha, which is the lizard's name, and then I literally wrote down the other guy because I didn't catch his name. So the other guy, whoever he is,
Hervig was the
Hervig.
Hervig was the first one. Yeah.
Okay, Hervig.
I love that you took down the lizard's name.
He was important.
Yeah. It was important.
On the lizard's name.
100%.
Yeah. They call the cat Lygolia?
Lycolia.
Lycolia. Basically that they've been sort of popping up around here since the collapse and things falling into the cave. They're kind of causing problems. And that there is the dragon of the god. Oh god, I'm going to forget the name already.
Zwatorix.
Zwatorix. That they follow him, that they are going to guide us to him, and that they will get us through the tunnels and to our destination. As we go further in, there seems to be a small collection of people, a society living down here for who knows how long, basically at this point. But they all are very sensitive to like our torchlight. They don't like looking at that. They're not enjoying it. And they're all very pale, right?
You end up using their like flashlight style torches that do weird things to the light.
Yes, we also discovered that they have some weird technology and stuff, things that we have not seen before. And as we pass through, we see some religious people are wearing these light robes, and then they call out to Varen, who is examining something on the wall. I literally already forgot how to say his name.
Varda Swanto.
You got it.
No. The dragon.
Zwatorix.
Zwatorix. Okay. Basically he's like, hey, he's like, no, we're not really just in tunnels. We're on Zwatorix. Like, all of this is Zwatorix. And it's like, eh? And then he comes out to pop his little face out of the wall and say hi, which, is great. And also incredibly, well, yeah, it's a hi. Incredibly low.
Yeah, it is a high, I guess, in a manner of speaking. But you don't see I just want to be clear, his face is nowhere near here.
Yep. No, he's very, very big. He's very, very big. We discussed with Variant about our goals and our plans. He basically states they cannot go back up to the surface, even though Desimata's light, yes, is saving away the darkness. They can't go back up there. They can't handle that. So if we were to go up to the place and let off our beacon, he offers us to use a crystal as Zwatorix, and I said that wrong, I know, and kind of in a sense combine it with Desimata's light, so that includes infralight, so they could come up to the surface and share all their technological advances. We have a slight conversation afterwards about it because Horatia is like, this feels like we're treading on blasphemy here a little bit. And we're like, hey, well, we're the only ones who have been able to, or at least Kaiser's been the only one to show that compromise can work between these 4 gods rather than just constant fighting, and that is a better option than what was currently happening, or just one thing completely taking over everything else. Right? Like, it doesn't seem to be a great idea. Horatia's like, well, we're here for Desimata's light, and like her light brings life, and Kaiser's like, well, hey, it would bring light to these people if they could, actually get out of here and see, if we combined it with the infralight, and also show them that compromise can work, because the reason it works is because we're not from here, literally built different, so we can make that happen. Horatia says she'll think about it. And again, we're all reminded that she potentially murdered our whistleblowing cousin. So, we'll just keep our peepers on her. And before we head out, Varen's like, well, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna take this crystal, I hate to tell you this, but the big man himself is going to want to vouch you and like kind of read you. So that is where we left off, is like Kaiser, finishes his avatar cycle, gets connected with that, but also we're gonna have to be vetted.
So Varden, Varden is his rank. Quanto is his name. So Varden Quanto hooks you back up with the group of prospectors who brought you down, and tells you that he has sent for someone who is able to provide the lens for the infralight, and also some other things that you may find. Another thing that you might find useful if indeed the vetting goes well. But he must confer with them about what is going on because it is most unusual. He also can see that you are all tired. He asks when the last time your rest cycle was, because he has no concept of sun up and sundown, and offers to get you accommodation for a chance to sleep.
That would be very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are taken to it's a almost like a kind of a camp dorm with a bunch of bunks and cots. You are offered up sheets that are much more, rather than like, you're not sure what this material is. It's like a silky sort of light material. Because it's warm in here, it really isn't a question of staying warm. It's more a question of staying cool and trying to stay comfortable. The group of people who found you has been sort of entrusted with keeping an eye on you, so they stay in the dorm with you. But obviously, you are welcome to ask them questions, chat with them as you see fit, before you turn in for the night, if there's anything that you wanted to ask them.
I do want to do something, but other people who want to talk might want to do that first.
Who was it that was like helming the introduction to the prospectors? Was it Ostara?
I think it was.
Yes. Yeah.
Kaiser will try to get Ostara's attention and say, where I come from, it's not really polite to ask a person their age. But, what's the average time frame for like one of your people to live?
She goes, I am not sure if there is an equivalent measurement between you and I, because I understand you count hours by light coming and going. We count by things the dragon does. There are perhaps 50 or 60 breaths before a sleep cycle, depending on who you are. It is because we understand also you follow a strict code of waking and sleeping coordination. This has been told to us. Groups who work together tend to do this, but sometimes we find that one can go for quite a long period without without sleeping or resting, and then the rest is perhaps longer if it happens. But we let these cycles sort themselves out.
Okay. Well, thanks for the explanation. I'm trying to figure out how long the planet lay dormant.
Well, that could be perhaps put in generations as a statement of children and children's children. But there are dozens of them, at least. I do not know that. I am not a records keeper of family trees and these things, but there is There is definitely more generations than one could count on one's fingers and perhaps one's toes between when the
Oh,
light
wow.
went out.
Been a very long time.
We suspect that the things we have been working on here will be, if they are accepted above, a great boon to those who are, pardon my, again, sometimes it is rude to talk about one's superiority, which is not what I am trying to do here. But I understand you must have had some kind of conveyance to bring you from another planet to this planet, if I am understanding your explanation correctly.
Yes.
This kind of craft would require extremely specialized skills and perhaps the engagement of magics on a large scale. This is very interesting. But other technologies like this take time to refine over and over, and we have spent much time doing this, while our brethren, our cousins on the surface, have only slept.
You know, I know of a very green moon that may be proud of your innovation.
Ruatil, did you speak
Yes.
of? We do these things because we want to be comfortable and have a safe place for ourselves in what you must realize is a quite confined environment.
Oh, yes.
I am curious what those who are planning to go above have thought about when the space is unrestricted. And you sort of make an insight check.
Would this be determining a secret motive or seeing through a deception?
No, I don't think it would in
Okay.
this case.
Great, because I have an inability with that.
Oh, okay.
19.
Beats a 6. Yeah. So she is excited by this idea, but there is sort of a hesitation as well, and it's kind of coming from a place, you're guessing. With a 19, you have a pretty good guess that she's coming from a place of, if you were told your whole life a fairy tale about something, and then someone just walked in the door one day and went, "We're going to fairyland," you would be like, "What?" And you're standing in front of her, so telling her you came from like beyond fairyland, and she's like, "Well,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
standing right here." But it's like it hasn't all settled in her brain yet.
Picking up on that, Kaiser will kind of he will extend the arm that's been touched by Sonator, and kind of like a forearm grasp, handshake. Says, I assure you, it's the beginning of our journey began with Desimata taking pity on us, and we were lifted from the star we were on and brought here. Trust me, being out of your element and being brought into a world that you never would have expected it's not a far cry from what you are describing.
How did you say this? This is a parallel that I can appreciate, and you seem kind of squints at you. At peace with this large development in your life?
We kind of had to be. Or it's you get to die.
He looks around at everyone else, sort of as they're trying to like decide how to settle in or what time it might actually be, because you don't really have a clue. You just know you've been up for a while and walking around and doing a bunch of things. And she's like, I am not sure I see the same sort of placid expression on the faces of your friends.
They're going through some things. He leans in, especially that one, and he points at Horatio.
Yes, this woman is adorned with symbols and dress that is different from yours. It seems quite formal.
She is a seer. She follows very strictly Desimata. And it's hard when you're pretty I admire being zealous and strong in one's convictions to an extent. But she's a very that. Except there is no extent, it just kind of goes. So it's probably just a lot for her.
This experience is undermining her convictions in some way.
It's maybe, or it's emboldening them in a very strange way.
You are about to meet, I expect, someone else. If the Varden has sent for someone who knows about the lens, I expect you are about to meet someone else who also has a depth of conviction about their faith.
Yeah, and I look forward to meeting them. Very exciting.
She sort of puts her hand on his shoulder. She goes, "You are a frighteningly open-minded man, Kaiser."
I used to work in an office, and I would stamp things all day. But now I'm this. Anyone can be anything. But for some, it has to be made so.
We are making changes due to circumstances beyond our control now. I also need to wash up and get some rest. Thank you for talking to me.
Anytime.
The rest of you sort of watch that conversation, maybe don't hear all of what goes back and forth. But you get a sense of when she walks away from Kaiser that her shoulders have relaxed a bit. That sort of this, you don't seem like invaders now. She's not sure what you are, but you're probably not invaders.
Probably.
Natalie, what did you want to do?
I wanted to see if I could go back to that wall in which we had our lovely greeting.
Oh, the you can approach the wall. It is roped off effectively.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't touch it.
No. You'll get a chance later.
Okay. Want to see if I could touch it.
I don't like the way you said that, Greg.
Was it the maniacal laugh afterwards? Was that the thing
Yes,
I
it
probably shouldn't have done?
And
Sorry.
the shit-eating grin.
Yeah,
that damn grin.
Okay.
Sorry, you'll get a chance later.
Okay. So if Beatrice couldn't do that, she realized it was walled off. Because I think it would be funny for her to think that Shichiro tried to do it, and it'd be like, nah. Okay. Would Tommy has the scale that can light on fire, right? And that
Yep.
seemed to be like a thing of God, what's the thing's name again?
Zwatorix.
Zwatorix. Promise I'll eventually learn it right as we end this campaign.
Yeah, we only got a couple more episodes to go.
Think of Galbatorix, and it's just Zwa in front of that.
Zwatorix. That's like a part of Zwatorix, yes? The thing it can
It would
eat
seem so,
itself up?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That can work. She'll huff in a little bit of annoyance at the fact that she can't touch the wall like she wants to. And then go over to Tommy and ask him if she can have his little stone that lights on fire for a second.
Yeah. He pulls it out and hands it to you. He goes, seems like we might found a source of something far more interesting than these. But yeah, it still does its thing, I think.
She'll take it, just like straight up take it. And she wants to see if she can connect to that kind of magic in there at all, if possible.
Just from this shard,
It might not
which
be
is
possible.
which is a very minor thing. I would say a level 8 intellect check.
Oh. Okay. I can use my edge on that though, right? And my
Edge always. Sorry,
Sure.
you can use your effort. Yes, you can use 2 levels of effort on it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you don't really have an asset because other than just trying real hard, you don't have a thing. So that
Okay,
only that would bring it down to a 6.
Okay, we'll see if this works. All right. No assets. Oh, dang it! That was a 17.
Dang, 1 point away.
I'm gonna use an experience point for that. That feels. I want to re-roll that. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say the odds of you getting higher than a 17 are kind of slim, but go nuts.
I want to do it. I just got one anyway for doing the recap, so really it's a
It's a wash.
Yeah. Okay, let's try again. If not, then that is what the dice gods have stated.
I will let you keep this for what it's worth, the 17, if you do not get the 18, 19,
Right.
or 20.
I'm rooting for you.
Nope, that was worse.
Rough.
Okay, thank you for letting me keep the 17.
You feel this object in your hands, and you do glean some information just as a matter of feeling here. You have once you've focused and relaxed, you have no doubt in your mind that yes, this is connected directly to this Zwatorix, this dragon, and that it is only one of many ways in which parts or fragments or sort of gifts have been given. That this is sort of a base level simple thing, but that these gifts could become more complex and more useful and more powerful depending on how much you understood the dragon.
Okay.
But you all and you also get that feeling of being like there's this weird, like, because this thing is back where it's supposed to be, you're happy about that, but that's not a rational thing. You're like, why would I care about whether this thing is here or not? The connection to home is not, it seems like it's external to you almost. It's like a feeling someone told you to have.
Okay. All right. She'll tough and annoyance and just give it back to Tommy. Just like whoosh of her hair, just go whatever, and have to find something that's more powerful than that. And could have done it with the wall, but no.
Beatrice, a woman on a mission.
And then I will try to talk to Horatio at some point before the evening's over, but if other people want to do things before that.
Does Abigail have something on her mind at this point? Okay.
No, she doesn't really have anything on her mind other than the fact that she's living, or she's. The wall breathed. I think that's the main thing that's on her mind.
Yep. The wall did breathe.
So that's kind of what she's. She looks over. She spends some time like looking at it. I think just glances over at it an unusual amount of times throughout the night as she's getting ready for bed.
Yeah, they take you to a different, like they move you away from that chamber when you're for the actual sleeping, so you don't have to sleep next to the breathing wall.
Okay. Well, she's still, I think, probably going to look at the wall in the new chamber because she doesn't know if that one's going to breathe. So she wants to...
Making sure that the walls of your room aren't breathing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's fucking weird.
Are we crazy?
As
I feel a little crazy.
You guys leave the lights on, but
Mhm.
like the little torches on, and you can see in this very dim light that Tommy is he's gotten out a little sketch pad and he's scribbling away and drawing some sort of pictures and stuff as he's doesn't seem to be nearly as tired as the rest of you. Fabio is exhausted and he actually is very much sort of Kiara looks at you every so often and he goes, the whole wall breathed like in and out, and for real, that was a thing that just happened.
Yes, amore.
I'm a little scared about what's at either end of the wall. Like we don't have to find that, do we, to get out of here?
No, amore. That's something where we just have to hope for the best on that. That is far beyond our ability to control. So it doesn't seem like something that is going to mean us harm. I mean, they've made a whole home for themselves here. I think we can relax. And I go and I kind of like snuggle up to him. There's nothing else we can do right now. You should rest.
One by one, the lights go out as people decide that it's time to turn in. And once again, since you are inside a cave, there's nothing bioluminescent here. It is utterly, utterly pitch black. And you can hear both Horatia and Cousin Louisa muttering to themselves little prayers, whispering in the darkness.
Definitely think it's like an exercise of like, I'm fine, I'm fine. Because being in that like blackness of a cave is a whole different feeling of claustrophobia.
Oh yeah.
Question. Can we hear the mountain breathe?
Oh.
Every 20 minutes, you would guess, there is that vibration, grinding, low rumble. And you didn't clock it at first, and you're like, oh, yeah, I think that is the change as this breath travels this humongous distance. There are other farther off noises, and you like if someone is sort of like I don't like that, or what is that, or whatever else. Tommy would be the one who pipes up and goes, "Those is machines. I know that for sure. Big machines."
Just like in the planet?
Yeah, these people. I do a little bit of tinkering here and there, but these people, they know what it's about.
It certainly seems so. They know a lot of things. About a lot of things. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, out of everybody we've met, they seem to have the best life set up for themselves, don't you think?
Well, probably because they had over 1,000 years to perfect
Yeah.
it.
They didn't have to go to sleep, they didn't have to die, they didn't have to become a monster. Think of what these people could do with us.
I know, Amora, you see the best in everyone, but I have to tell you that if a bunch of pale-faced people who could not stand the sunlight crawled out of holes in the ground, we would probably, even if they seem nice, when they started to build a giant fortress, we would probably raise an objection if it was in our neighborhood.
Yeah. That's
People
why
didn't see them crawling out of the ground. That might make it better.
They have
Well,
a
this is
certain look about them.
this is
That
why
is
we
fair.
have to negotiate. This is why we have people like Beatrice for that. I would look at you, but it's dark.
I
I,
can't
I,
see
I
You know
can
where
feel.
she is.
I
You
can
feel her
feel.
aura. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when someone is staring off in the distance, you sort of get that idea.
I think one of the last thoughts that Abigail has before she's able to find some remnants of rest would be the question that what was his name?
Huh?
What Kotor?
Quanto.
Quanto.
Yeah, Quanto.
Quanto.
Baron Quanto.
The how he asked why, like, basically if there was a third reason or anything else or another reason why this dragon would allow people to go underground if it wasn't mercy or control, I think, or a mercy or an opportunity. And I think that she's trying to come up with a third reason, but she can't.
Yeah.
So her last thought is like, before she gives up, she's like, well, there's always a third reason. It's just been a while since I've thought about it.
Oh,
In other sort of small talk that you guys make with the people around, you learn that this area, they call themselves prospectors, and they call this, rather than calling it like a city or a town, they call it a node. It is, even though it has like 100 or so people somewhere in that range in it, it is quite far away from like a major settlement. It is because it's so close to the surface. The people who used to dwell on the surface, like their ancestors dwelled on the surface and came down, called themselves Geschulze.
Schultze.
But there were people who were always underground, and the ones who they have summoned are from this other group who call themselves, of course, Dracham Armung, which is literally, when Caesar translates it, it means the dragon's embrace. So you have two like classes of people, but they apparently the those who dwell in the dark are often of mixed blood. Some people in their family tree are Gescholze, some are Dracham Armung, because they have had so long for these two cultures and these two groups of people to dwell together and to try and figure things out together. But they like when you like ask about the Varden, people tell you that he is Gescholze. There's no question that that's what he considers himself. So the person that Quanto promised arrives after you arrives before you awake. You are all awoken gently by Astara. Is that Astara? She comes in. She goes, "As I promised, there is someone here who definitely will interest you to have a conversation with, at the very least." And you come back into the room, which, again, the weird light drenched in purple. There is this very short, pale-faced, pale-haired, older woman. She looks like this. She is introduced to you as Arcan. I can't even do my own bullshit. Arcaninor Nephi. She looks quite old, has tired, sad eyes. But when she speaks, her tones are clear and crisp, and she speaks much more rapid fire than Quanto. She is. The rest of you rely on like Quanto's translations. As she sort of asks, when she asks a question, he will go around and around, and then they have like a little bit of back and forth. You notice that when the Varden Kaiser, when the Varden asks you a question, he omits suspicion from her that coming from the surface makes you less trustworthy. He doesn't seem to think that those biases would help things, so he just kind of cuts them out of any part of the conversation. But you can hear her she's generally suspicious.
And is it like an acidic suspicion or like a suspicious suspicion?
It is an ingrained thing. It's
Okay.
just
It
like
doesn't
for
seem
her.
like inflammatory for the sake of being suspicious. It's okay.
No, it's her
like
her
genuine
default. Yeah, her default position is why should I believe anything that these people are saying? I understand that you haven't given me any reason to disbelieve, but I haven't had a reason to believe them either. So she doesn't start neutral. She starts suspicious.
Right.
She looks at you and she says, the Varden thinks that you will carry forward this lens and install it without, he has no doubts, no question. But I would ask, what do you hope to gain from this assisting us? I don't know if Beatrice or Kaiser would be either of you could choose to take point, right? Because
Kaiser would definitely take a moment to think about his answer.
Can you repeat the question she asked us again one more time? So sorry.
she
What
says
do we want out of the deal?
you've
What do we
agreed to
want?
take this to the surface, but what do you hope to gain?
Seeing Kaiser take a beat, she'll give it a second just to make sure he's not about to say something. And
He is like full on pulling through his beard, like genuinely pondering this question, because this is a very deep question, because they're getting something that's really big but a fairly simple, straightforward thing that comes with a lot of implications. We have those implications that are funneling down into one thing.
Yeah.
So he wants to kind of put like a bow on it before he says it. He'll take a bit.
Well, part of what we hope to gain out of this is to remove this darkness that is upon here, that curses people on the surface for eternal slumber, that causes us difficulties to live here now, as this is supposed to be our new home.
We are possible that we would guide you to the surface and give you our resource here, and then you would simply choose the light of your goddess, and that would be leave us stranded beneath. It is not possible for us to accompany and monitor you every step of the way.
Now I understand. And that is putting a large amount of trust in us that is overwhelmingly terrifying. But we are also putting a lot of trust in you that your shard will not overtake Desimata's light and force everybody into an underground state rather than a sleeping one.
I can see how you would think this would be the case, but I assure you this is not how the filter works. It expands our territory. It does not limit others to being in a smaller area. We value the potential of open space, even though I must confess to you, it is hard for me to wrap my head around what it is like to not have a ceiling above me.
Well, some would consider the sky a sort of ceiling. So
This
I'm
is
gonna
not
kind of
comforting now. I
I'm
have
gonna
seen
kind of
illustrations.
lean into Beatrice. We need our future assured. They have technology, they have abilities, they have knowledge. This is what we're going to need for a future. We need to know that they have reason to cooperate with us long term.
you all value home, comfort of home, the safety of home.
Absolutely.
You've been blessed to not have been lost in that comfort or lost in a delusional sense of that comfort. We we have lost our sense of comfort. We have lost our sense of home. this is supposed to be our new one, and yet it can't be unless we have the light to shine. And we want you to expand. We want you to see the surface, but you will still have this home if that doesn't work. So truly, we need to make sure that you are here to help, not to overtake. That everyone can have the sense of comfort that you've had for over a millennia.
Varden speaks instead of her, and he goes, I'm sorry, perhaps our earlier conversation was in a different area, but you are telling me that none of you can go back to the place from which you came to even to visit your home?
This is when Kaiser speaks. We are refugees. We are exiles. This star is our second chance to make a life based on good merit.
Can I do an insight check on Quanto as Kaiser says this?
Sure.
Okay.
He
Quanto.
turns
Like the airline, almost.
quantum,
There's an
like
airline?
from quantum, quanto. But he turns as you're like looking at him, and he says something very rapid fire to Neffy, and you catch it, Caesar, that he basically says to her, "They are homeless. Can you imagine the feeling of being homeless, of being somewhere else?" And she just looks at him, and like she doesn't want to answer. What did you get on your insight? Like there's a pause when he says that to her, and he's just staring at her.
That's just a 13.
13. So it beats a 4. You trying to tell whether he's being honest or not? Are you trying to tell what this means to him?
I'm trying to tell what it means to him.
You have hooked into one of his deepest fears.
Ooh.
To be homeless?
Yes.
To not have a home?
A lot of
Yes.
people's deepest fears.
Yeah.
Pretty big one.
And the expression on her face is hard to read. Because there is a part of her that is obviously trying not to respond, because the answer to the question is obviously, oh my god, that sucks. But also, you are foreign invaders, right? Who are one way or another trespassing, and she is trying perhaps to square the circle of like you being
Fair.
two things at once.
Fair.
Like there is a possibility of like what Beatrice said of like, oh, you can just use the light to take over areas of the planet. She has the same thought about us being able to come in and start changing, like take over some of their stuff, essentially, is kind of what she's grappling with.
Neffy does finally answer them, and she says, I see that we are perhaps also being viewed as the not completely trustworthy ones due to the level of familiarity. I do not know how. Like she doesn't finish. She's just like, I don't know. And he kind of looks at all of you, and he realizes that the two of them are headed towards some kind of idea, but he goes, you will pardon us. I am sorry for one moment to have a private moment. And he steps away with her as the rest of you. You also get a chance to have a private moment because you are left without these two.
Abigail's going to poke Beatrice really hard, and she's going to say, he's afraid of what you said.
Afraid of losing his home. He's never had that. I don't know if any of them have. Outside of, I guess, the beginning when they were forced underground.
Well, but if you have new people come to the planet, there's a chance they might.
Do we know about with the two races here? Do we know who was here first, or did they both come here at the same time?
The ones who were always below. You don't know if they arrived first, but they certainly had the relationship with the dragon first, and it goes back even further.
Okay.
And that's the Dragon's Embrace, right? That's the oldest,
Yeah.
the older one.
And what's the other one called again? That's what Baron is, right?
It's the Geschulze
The Schultz.
and
Yeah,
the
the
Dracham
Geschulze.
Armong.
So you, with a chance to think about it and hear it a couple of times in the way it's used, you would think Geschulze means sheltered or shelter people.
So they're sheltered. Okay.
So some are sheltered, some are embraced. It's just like, is this really different? Well, they think it's different.
But it doesn't give off like highborn, lowborn kind of vibes, does it? Okay.
No, it's much more like old money, new money.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You know, genuinely, they have every right to be fearful of us. We are, as it has been put, invaders from a star far away, but I think if you were to bring up the losses that we faced, I think we've lost, I can guess, maybe a third of our people, if not more, just to find a home.
Yes. Okay.
The Varden comes back and he goes, we have been having a discussion of history, which is always a nebulous area unless one is a historian. But I would say that as nightfall came, this process was, to our understanding, not an immediate thing from the surface above. This Sanator was a gradual process of defeating enemy after enemy. And those who fled underground were perhaps viewed similarly to you. And it would have been within the rights of those Drachenumerang to reject us. But instead, they consulted Zwatorix. And their answer was, to my understanding, to welcome us because everyone should have a home.
I agree. It is our fault we've lost our home. And we have been, as Kaiser said, been graced enough to get a second chance to get mercy for a new one. And we have traveled distances I don't think any of us could have dreamed. We have seen things that will haunt us. We have lost loved ones on the way here. A third of our people, probably more, are dead, attempting to find us home.
I understand what you are saying. And I understand there is a part of this dance we are doing here where you imagine that once we have secured our position with this beacon on the surface, that we come and hunt you down, or we simply refuse to protect you from the others who will come for us. I am not the last authority on anything that is going on here. I am a researcher at the edge of our world, but I am not the only one who does so. Neffy is at the forefront of her field, developing things that we believed we would need were the sun ever to rise again. but she is one of many who cooperate over great distance on any number of projects and preparations, not of all of which are even directly related to the lens or the vehement blade that she has also brought with her. And Nephi interrupts him and makes him translate as he kind of like pauses, and it comes through that she says, "What His Honor the Varden is saying is that neither of us feel qualified to make a decision regarding your group or even of agreement. We do not have enough information to make a hypothesis about your impact on this world. We do not have the wisdom to know whether our help would even be appropriate at all. We sympathize with you. But what we do have is the means to contact the one who does make such judgments and has such authority. There is a way to commune with the dragon directly. Although it is possible that the dragon will reject the attempt or even ignore you, we would ask that at least one of you attempt the connection. And within that, I think you will be able to derive an answer which we will not, and Quanto goes, we will not be on the hook for in so matter of speaking."
All right. One of us will speak to the dragon.
Wiser, you need to be the avatar.
Eh,
More than
I
one of
was
you can attend this.
we can all attend it, only just one can speak to him.
No, you can all make this connection.
Oh, okay.
If
So we
you-
can all try.
I want to. I
All right.
want to go talk to the dragon.
I would
That
also
sounds
like
cool.
to talk to the dragon.
I would also like to talk to the dragon.
Cool. It's going to be 4 out of 4 for talking to the dragon.
He goes, "We will make these preparations. First, we must wait for the next breath so that you are not disturbed. Everyone, perhaps a drink to calm our nerves." And they bring around a tray of alcohol, which both Defi and he knock back immediately. They are also very stressed by this
Yes.
whole
Yes.
thing.
We
right?
are bringing a whole new thing to them. Okay.
And then he starts explaining. He goes, "The mind of Zwatorix is able to take in certain kinds of information directly through its bare flesh, anywhere on its body. The dragon winds around inside of the world and back again almost endlessly, if you can imagine this. It is literally the heart of this world. And as the dragon exhales slowly, a bunch of crew, knowing that 4 of you are going to do this, start to put wedges in and pry the scales up from the side of the dragon.
So cool.
And as they pry the scales, the heat seeps outwards intensely in each spot. He looks at you and he goes, "You will have to reach far inside to the very base of the scale where it is actually growing next to the skin. You will know when you have found the spot.
Right.
There is a chance that you will not be able to make the initial connection. And then I am told, because I have not," and he goes, "I have not found the courage to attempt this, nor had the question so important to answer like you have right now." He goes, "I am told that the dragon is largely in charge of the interaction from this point onward."
That makes sense.
So we just stick our hand in a hole in the mountain and just hope for the best? Essentially.
You would wish to put it this way? Yes.
Okay.
Steel yourself. Each of you is positioned in front of one of these. There's sort of like one person attending each of you, and you reach far inside, full arm's length, because these scales are so long, and start to feel around. It gets hotter and hotter. There is a soft, velvety surface, like a carpet of burning hairs at the base of where the scale meets the skin. And as you extend your arms all the way inside, you can feel this jelly-like texture of the actual dragon's flesh. Everyone needs to make a level 9 intellect defense roll to maintain any semblance of control as the process begins.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right.
It is- It is. This is simply more about your chance to make choices as to how you proceed. I kind of expect all of you to fail.
Okay, so
What is
Level 9 is at 27.
Jesus?
and so
fucking
levels? It'd be a 21. Would be a level 7.
7. Yep.
Okay.
Auto fail.
I got my
There's
effort.
no way that Abigail can make it.
What is
so-
he at 20?
Still doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
You get a different effect, but yeah, wouldn't make it.
Yep.
I
Well,
would
I
give
can
an
bring it down
asset
to
to.
7.
Yeah, I would give an asset to Yara, as she has already communed with his energy before.
I also have something for intellect defense because I have training in that.
I am trained in intellect defense.
That would
Is
drop
this-
it by 1.
Okay.
Resisting temptation in any way.
No.
Okay. Would this
I'm not
be
detecting
considered
temptation.
efforts made regarding the powers of the 4 deities?
Yes.
Could I have, since I have blessings of the gods, would that give me an asset, Adam?
Sorry.
Don't
Don't worry.
Ruatil, help me out? No.
This does not determine whether you talk to the dragon or not.
Okay.
No, it's just how much control you have over it.
Yeah, well, you know, Beatrice, the idea that she can't control this conversation is
I'm sorry, it
horrifying.
was
to her.
difficulty 8 or 9?
9.
9, thank you.
I'm waiting for other people to roll first. Oh no, hold on.
Okay. So I have 9, and I
Ooh.
get
Right.
3 effort, and I get 2 assets.
Wait a fucking minute. That's not counting my long ass thing. That's a
Long-ass
success.
thing.
My
Yeah,
efforts.
yeah, it
That's a
is.
fucking success.
Yay.
Oh,
I
that
love that you
costs a lot.
succeeded.
Yes.
Damn.
Ooh, fuck
Succeeded
yeah.
too! Yay!
You did.
I'm not gonna make this. Yeah, I didn't make it.
Join the club.
So, the two of you who failed it, you feel a sudden lurch inside your mind as it gets swept out of your body by a rushing current of fluid inside the dragon. The two of you who make the check are almost feel like you are in this massive growing wave, but you are body surfing on the current. You hit the surface and you are riding it somewhere as opposed to being tumbled along. Destination for all of you, though, is unknown.
Okay.
As you each settle into the chaos or sort of dynamic current of the trip, all of you feel another mind at the edge of the horizon of your consciousness. And then, as you have found this mind, it in turn finds you, and a gossamer thread of inquiry appears beside your tumbling form. Level 5 intellect defense roll as the massive mind of the dragon god grabs onto yours to see what it has. Only the two of you who failed the initial check need to make the level 5 intellect defense roll.
I can maybe make that. Yay!
Woo!
Woo!
I kind of want to fail it and see what happens.
Just choose
Do
to
it.
fail then.
Oh, look at Abigail go!
Got an 18.
Nice. Yeah. So you both pass. You suffer no lasting effect from this, as making contact with this gossamer strand causes you to get pulled forward along it, almost like you're suddenly on rails to a destination instead of going through this great river which might branch any which way. The destination, a place, a person, an idea, it makes you feel like your mind, though once connected to this other one, is as empty as a newborn child's, and that you are headed to an encounter with a mountain of history, wisdom, and knowledge piled on top of one another. but also somehow that you are headed home. The thread, after a few minutes of acting as a guide and a method of transport all in one, it begins to explode in a spiderweb of intersecting lines in front of you, and a picture starts to form between these lines. The pattern starts to fill in with gaps of color and shade and texture, and the being renders itself into your brain in real time, and you find yourself standing in front of the face of Zwatorix. They are enormous and placid, white smoke swirling around them, and you are here as well, feeling tiny. Like you would have to brace yourself to withstand even one exhalation of draconic breath. But you are utterly convinced that you are here with the god, and having survived the journey, you are safe.
Oh.
That's so cool.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, goosebumps.
Jesus Christ. That's a dope ass picture. Oh my god.
It speaks. If you have arrived here, I require no introduction. Your name is Kaiser, Beatrice, Abigail. Actually,
I was about to say.
he does not call you Abigail. What does he call
Okay.
you?
He calls her Tanya.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tanya and Kiara. You have many names, perhaps, but these are your true ones. You are all different. It has been an uncountable number of orbits since something so different arrived. Some changes happen within slow, interesting, observable. Your change is sudden. What do you seek in the lands above me?
Home. We seek a home.
You feel a tug on your mind, and when you say that word, you see all of the places that you have considered home flash in front of you. The kitchen at the cafe, the sleeping bag curled up beside your husband, the swing set at the back of your manor house when you were a child. All of these scream through your brain, things you barely remembered, pulled out and then put back rapidly. I offer those who believe in my power, my presence, a home. And you feel all of the focus go on you, Beatrice.
Oh, yay.
What do you seek in the lands above me? You glow green.
Ambition.
Yes. I seek a home to regain what we've lost. I seek to do better.
Oh.
Does Beatrice believe in doing better?
She wants to do better
Um,
because it's needed.
you feel him pull into your relationships with people and the times that you have ordered people around and dismissed people and uh, thought yourself better or more clever. And then you see the green blade, the green glow, and the desire to maximize yourself, to accomplish something. He goes, "You have The ambition, but not to corrupt yourself. Why do you choose this?
My family, by corruption, has led us to this point, and I've seen what that corruption of ambition, that desire to overtake all has done to a planet like this. I do not wish to repeat failures.
Ooh.
Yeah. Damn.
That's one of the quotes.
You're not looking at her, but your sister is so proud of you in this moment. Like yeah, damn.
Kiara's going.
I think we're all
Yeah.
interconnected, so I can feel it.
Do you understand that people you have dealt with here are in shock and do not understand themselves the long-term effects of your arrival?
Yes,
Are you prepared to sacrifice what you must to cleanse them of their ignorance? When you think about there are images in your mind of people yelling at you and threatening you, people you don't know, people you've never seen, but attacking both the idea of you and the idea of your um, alliance with Ruatil, and the idea of the infralight being brought to the surface, like this barrage of not insults, but of disapproval and confusion and fear. And he's asking if you are willing to stand strong in the face of all of those things.
true ambition is not ambition if you're not willing to sacrifice for it.
And he shifts the focus to Abigail. And he goes,
Anya.
yeah, to Tanya. And he goes, you thought you were done changing. And you carry the golden light that from a child, I had never seen before. It is clear he thinks Decimata is a child.
Oh. Okay, I thought he was talking about himself.
There.
Yes.
The old conflicts, you know something of conflict. Sonator is spread thin and will be the weakest. And the light you carry will be the choice of most with her youthful energies. It will be the easy choice to fall in with them and carry her light around forward for all.
Abigail frowns when this creature says that. And she has this realization that she chose the easy way before, and it led her here. And so hearing this being say that to her, there's like an instinct almost where she says, like in her mind, I don't want people to choose something because it's the easy choice. And I think that, I think she thinks about the moment she made the decision to join the family, and then everything that she did from that point on to the time they got onto this planet, like all of the bad that she did and how much she did it because it was the easy choice, because she had spent so long before that fighting the hard battles. And I think that she remembers a quote from her dad, who used to say it to her all the time. And he used to say, if you fought all of the battles you came across, you would be too tired to fight the war. And that's just like in her head as this creature is talking to her. Like as he says that.
He goes, your job was to scare people.
Yes.
The Geshelza will rise under the infralight and build using technology that is leaps and bounds ahead of anything this slumbering world ever had. This will scare people when they realize that you come from above in another star in the sky above, and that you are not of this place. This will scare people. Are you prepared to learn how not do the thing you have been doing for half of your life?
She looks down at the sword. She says, yes, I am.
Feel the focus shift away from you and on to Kaiser.
God, I can't wait to see this interaction.
No.
You are proof. Harmony can be managed. It is a burden to bear, to be the first.
To know the things that I have enabled, the awfulness and debauchery, the double crossing, the theft, and even death of others, I have allowed for due to ignorance is a burden. This is right. Harmony is not a burden. It is a duty.
Those who live here will not be able to instinctively manage this conflict. It will rear its head again once the shock wears off. And you will be the standard bearer of a new way of doing things. I am glad to hear you do not think it is a burden. There is some essence, some magic within all of you new arrivals that makes opening minds possible. Here is the question. Are you prepared to seek a way to spread that from your essence? There may be a way to study you, to extract what is ever different about you in order to gift it to those who already live here. Or you may need to pass it on to the next generation through your children, much like the Gestaltse and the Draconumeron have mixed their traits. But this would be a slow and arduous process when considering the scale of this world.
Is Abigail standing next to Kaiser?
You're
Yeah.
aware of her. Yes.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't, she would be. Absolutely.
Being aware that she's there, Kaiser will attempt to kind of reach out and place his hand on what he would imagine to be her shoulder. And says, someone once told me a long time ago. She wrote it down. I had some very cynical things to say back then. But I'm learning, and I have learned over the years, that she was right. The change is a seed, and it grows regardless of whether you want it to or not. Carried from place to place by the wind and nurtured by that around it. Other times you have to plant the seed and nurture it yourself. We are those seeds. I intend to plant myself and nurture this world, because it is and will be my home.
Can Abigail respond?
Yep.
I don't think it's so much as words, but it's almost like it's been a very long time since Abigail has felt hope. And I think that in her conversations with Kaiser, her thoughts of rest have turned into thoughts of hope for the future and what she can do to move that forward. I think it's this feeling of for the first time in a very long time, Abigail feels hope, and you feel that from Abigail as almost kind of like a bloom, like a flower that is blooming, or a seed that is growing. That's it. But she does want to talk to you later.
All that little bit of feeling like, hey, talk later at the end.
Cool.
Hey,
Just
thanks,
like
bye.
a little
TTYL.
A light that burns bright is both a beacon of hope and a target. I cannot spare you one if you are to be the other. And you feel the dragon breathe again. The whole room swells and contracts. There are no walls. The space itself changes dimensions in your mind. As the people below, all of them are of a opinion that I am going to somehow pass judgment on you all here. And you feel these giant eyes lay on each of you in turn. He says, I do not do that. I provide shelter. The fact that your mind survived the encounter with my consciousness is proof of your strength, which is the only thing that need to be tested. You may tell them whatever you wish about our interaction here. And then you feel the nose, all of you, the tip of this long jawline get very close to Caesar. He says, if you would like to complete the set, it seems now would be the time.
Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Become the avatar.
Yeah.
Kaiser will reach out and attempt to lay his hand on the dragon's snout.
As you do that, it moves up, and the very tip of his nose touches your chest, right in the center, over top of your heart.
Oh.
And you feel the heat burn outwards and all over your chest. And you, for the first time since you got here, don't feel like an outsider. That he has accepted your desire to be here and your intent to remain and make this place something of your own, and also make this place something for those who want to rise to the surface. As he retracts back, you can feel the symbol of the dragon burnt into your chest.
As that warmth spreads, that kind of infralight glow spreads up Kaiser's throat, illuminates the skin beneath his beard, and almost crawls into his mouth. As almost like a glowing tattoo from his lower lip all the way down to that marking that looks like the exhalation of a breath appears. Yeah, I gotta tell Midjourney to do a lot of things.
The focus comes back to you, Beatrice. Not Beatrice, sorry.
No.
To Kiara.
Okay.
And he goes, no light nor darkness burns within you.
No.
Is this what you prefer?
It has served me so far. I just want to live my life. I want a good life for my family. I want a good life for those of who have come with me. And I want to do no harm in the process. So, whatever gets us there.
Since that Sonator has left to guard their important strategic places are just that, remnants. They have no real life. They have no consciousness. You will be doing no harm to eliminate them.
Thank you. That is very, very helpful to know.
You may find one who still has life wrapped in a blanket of the dark. You must burn it away to free them.
Understood. I kind of glance at my sister, glance at Abigail.
Was she going to say something else?
No, no, just sort of looks there. I have confidence that the light will come. And she grabs onto the little pot of light that her daughter sent along with her husband.
Then it seems that our discussion is at an end. And you feel, all of you, your hands burning suddenly as you are back inside the room with the dragon's scales as the wall. And that's a great spot to take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Holy shit, that was
Oh my
cool.
god!
Okay.
That was awesome.
Holy
Wall.
shit, Greg.
Ooh.
It's been a while since I got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Oh, big elder god dragon.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
feelings. A lot
So
of
many-
feelings.
And so much wisdom being spewed.
Yep.
Yep.
But also could erase potentially the fabric of our existence. You know, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's,
It's
all good.
totally fine. It's
But
okay.
it doesn't do
it's
any
fine.
of that.
Okay,
It just
Tanya.
provides
Did
shelter.
we did we know you were called Tanya?
No one would have.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Beatrice, I will say this, Beatrice and Kiara would have not known that Abigail's
Yeah.
real name was Tanya.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, we'll be back.
Smoke break.
Greg, that was pretty fucking cool. And that's putting it mildly.
I like that feeling.
Oh yeah.
Why we do this? My butter tart is disintegrating before I get it in my mouth.
Can't remember the last time I had a tart, but they used to sell at this Amish bakery nearby pecan pie tarts that were so good. And I had to like stop myself from going to buy more immediately after I ran out. They were killer.
Yeah, I didn't realize until like last year that butter tarts were pretty much a Canadian thing. Specifically raisin butter tarts, because I have been eating them my entire life.
Oh, I see. Huh. These look delicious.
Very good. My mom makes a killer one. They the filling has a crust on top, but we'll run out, like all the sticky bits. It's like, oh, this is disgusting to eat, but my God, it tastes good.
Oh yeah. It's like it reminds me of like chocolate lava cakes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be hot.
No. I actually prefer them refrigerated. I don't know why. Well,
It really makes sense. I've had so I think I've
like
talked
cold
about this
jam,
before.
right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a place near here called Jungle Gyms, and it's an international market. Like people come from all over the country, sometimes other countries, just to go there. And they have a huge bakery, and they make pecan bourbon tarts that are like, imagine, like this big, but all the way around.
Yeah.
And I always immediately took it home and put it in the refrigerator because I love it chilled. But I'm looking up Canadian foods that I'm like, I've never heard of any of these, but it's probably because I'm not Canadian.
Well, tell me what they consider Canadian foods.
Nanaimo bars?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Nanaimo is a place in BC. I don't know if they actually have any association with, but it's a chocolate coconut cake with a layer of yellow custard that I have no idea what the flavor is supposed to be, and then on top of that is a layer of hard chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It looks good. Like
if you like coconut chocolate, it's good. Sometimes the coconut's a bit much for me. I'm not a big coconut guy, but I do enjoy them.
I like shredded coconut. Like my grandmother makes do you know what I say? What I mean when I say magic cookie bars?
Yes, my mother made magic cookie bars as a kid.
So like that's about it for me for
Eagle brand condensed milk, coconut cornflakes. I think it's cornflakes at the bottom.
Cornflakes before, yeah.
Yeah, and then the chocolate chips on top. And then I made my mother every time put on at least one maraschino cherry for each bar that was going to be cut up.
I've never had it like that, but that sounds great. They have.
I've noticed most recipes do not include the cherries, and I'm like, well, that's like apocryphal. You can't even do that.
Pea meal bacon. Is this just Canadian bacon?
They call it Canadian bacon. I don't know if you. It's rolled in pea meal on one side, so you.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Why it's called pea meal bacon.
Yeah, starch.
There's people.
Butter tarts.
It's just Ben. We're on a break. They're going to come back.
I'm not going to pronounce that because it's French.
Poutine? No.
No.
Poutine?
Tortilla?
Tortilla?
Yeah.
That's meat pie.
Oh, is it meat pie? Oh, okay.
In my experience,
chips I've had.
Yeah.
Maple syrup I've had.
Canadian foods.
Montreal bagels.
Yeah, I don't know why Montreal bagels in particular. I think it's some way they bake and it's like so. Montreal is as snobbish about its smoked meat and bagels as New York is about its lox and bagels. That's just, yeah.
That makes sense. Saskatoon berry pie.
I have never had Saskatoon berry.
Can't get Saskatoon berries down here, I'd be willing to say.
Yeah, you could probably get them in most of Saskatchewan, but I feel like it'd be a stretch
to get them to Ontario.
Beaver tails.
Yeah.
Yes, those are.
They're like elephant ears.
Yeah,
Oh, they're like elephant ears.
beaver
Okay,
tails.
elephant ears are like my thing for like fair food. Oh yes. Bannock.
Because I should know what that is.
We're bad Canadians.
It's flatbread. It looks like fry bread.
Quick bread. What's in bannock? Jody's best bannock. Oh, shut up. I developed this recipe with, whatever. Flour, baking powder, salt, canola oil, and warm milk.
Sounds flavorless.
It's
Sounds like bread.
it's a basic bitch bread.
Yeah.
It's like basic basil bitch bruschetta.
Calgary beef. That's probably just beef from Calgary.
It's just beef Calgary, yeah.
Yep.
It's the same as like Kobe beef.
Fiddleheads.
Oh, fiddleheads are these weird.
Yeah.
Like they grow wild in Ontario, and they have like a curly head on them. And I don't think anyone actually likes fiddleheads, but they grow here, so some people eat them.
And a jig's dinner.
I never heard of that.
It's a hearty meal that has its origins in Newfoundland and Labrador.
The Newfies are like a separate part with their.
Oh yeah. That's like, are Newfies the ones with the screechers?
Yes, with screech.
Yeah.
Yep. Over there,
maple taffy, which I've had, but like anybody can have maple taffy.
Yeah.
But is it with real maple syrup?
Okay. Blair doesn't like real maple syrup.
It's too
She
much
likes
money.
fake shit.
It's so the amount of maple syrup I put on pancakes, I cannot afford to have real maple syrup, so I have.
You know what? That's fair because I'm a very like light syrup kind of person.
Yeah. I use real maple syrup in cooking.
Yeah.
It gives a better flavor.
We can't use honey, so.
Yeah. My wife's the sugar in honey does not react to my wife's digestive system very happily, so things are a little different in maple syrup. We go with maple syrup.
And then Nova Scotia lobster, and I just figured that's lobster.
It's just lobster, yes.
Yeah.
From Nova Scotia.
Thanks, Google.
It's like Atlantic salmon. It's just salmon from the Atlantic.
As opposed to Pacific salmon.
What is it?
Or coho.
Maine lobster. The guy who was arguing on Kitchen Nightmares, he was like Maine lobster was the same thing as, and it's just like, no. I don't know. I haven't had enough lobster to differentiate from.
Lobster.
Yeah, you would have with my parents. You would have had a lobster tail at some point when you were 4 or 5. We used to do it like once a year. We get either lobster or Alaskan king crab.
Ooh, now that I have had.
Alaskan king crab.
Is that what we had in Florida?
No, that was I can't remember. There was Alaskan king crab is like they're this long and they're as big as a fucking tree trunk, and there's so much meat in Alaskan king crab.
Oh.
And you just keep dragging it through butter until you explode. They're all back now.
Lobster used to be a poor person food.
Yep.
Lobster used to be a poor person's food?
Oh, yeah, it's I'm pretty sure that was the OG on Po' Boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't originally shrimp, it was lobster.
I thought it was a rich people food.
It is now, but before they fished it all out, there was so much lobster in the whatchamacallit. Yeah, in the Maritimes and the what do you call the northeastern United States?
New England.
In New England, there was so much lobster in New England that they would serve it to prisoners, and the prisoners complained about having to eat too much lobster.
It's crazy the things that they do now to preserve the lobster.
Yeah, they overfish the shit out of it.
Yeah.
We tend to do these things. We're going to go back to having weird adventures with dragons.
Okay, I'm going to leave now.
And not overfishing everything on this planet.
That's the strategy. That's the strat.
I caught one fish and it was released for good.
I make no promises.
We need to get Beatrice a hat. It's like women want me, fish fear me.
So as you are released, each of you comes out of the altered state of communion. You are kind of shuffled over in front of the Varden and Neffy, and he goes, well, he looks at Kaiser, he goes, Well, that is a development that I perhaps was expecting, given all of the other developments that I am aware of on your person.
It is very apparent that Kaiser's breathing has slowed.
Oh,
Mm.
Definitely not to that of the dragon, but he
Not of the
definitely
dream.
seems to be more, and then it waits, and then we go back down. I just, it's kind of a thing.
He says, "Oh." Turns to Beatrice. He goes, "I think it is you to whom I would best address this. You have returned unscathed. What did the dragon teach you about us or this place?" Like, he really doesn't know what's happened, obviously.
He doesn't provide judgment. Provide shelter.
And go up. He goes, "So I can conclude that he extended this offer of shelter to you as well."
Yes.
"Then you have my word, if you place the lens and bring the inflight above, that we will protect you as our own for as long as we can."
Thank you.
Neffy nods, seemingly having been looped into the conversation.
This will change everything again. And many are resistant to change. Be prepared to meet that resistance.
I understand what you are saying. Neffy says a bunch of things, and he quickly translates, and he goes, "There will be someone at this site where you are raising the beacon. It is an existing place, a temple or something.
Yes.
Your first task will be to find someone and at least temporarily make them sympathetic to the position you have taken. I anticipate that if you are in the process of burning away the darkness, that this will be a point or two in your favor. But if we are to get started on the right foot, well, I will leave it to you how to explain the lens. For now, we will show it to you." The Neffy and her retinue bring a large, flat lens of tinted glass with them. It has this finely repeated rippling surface, and it is held inside a ring of polished steel. And then there are long adjustable straps with hooks on the end, as well as clamps that can be attached to the straps. The device is about 2 feet in diameter. It would stretch out most of your packs to carry it. Tommy, of course, is eager and willing to put it in his bag. The way they've attached a bunch of sort of mounting things to it indicates they designed it to kind of go and attach or be secured to a bunch of different things, because they're not really sure what you're going to find, like where it's going. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, it's kind of a universal ratchet strap mounting kind of a device.
Universal
Get the
remote.
bungee cords.
Yeah.
Who's got the HDMI cable? We should be good to go after that.
Yeah, Neffy comes forward and she goes, "Since we are allies, we also offer you this, the Vehement Blade. And the blade is produced from hard metal case. It is just the length of a handle for a greatsword, so like a two-handed length handle. It looks like it is made of some kind of very gently curving claw or tooth. At one end is a spherical pommel polished with a slitted eye inside a glass cover. At the other end is an array of scale-shaped wafers. They're smaller than the one that you have from Tommy, and they are smooth at the edges instead of serrated, but they are arrayed like the petals of a flower, splayed out symmetrically. As Neffy grips the blade and says a single syllable, Ignia, the petals begin to close up, and you can see the air rippling with heat in a wide cone around the end of it. And she holds it up, and the cone keeps shrinking, and the air starts to take on a deep blue and then an intense violet hue in the infralight. And as the wavy blade being projected gets thinner and thinner, it eventually stabilizes as a tightly rippling neon fuchsia line about 4 feet long. One of the attendants... Sorry? It's the Vehement Blade.
Vehement. Okay.
One of her attendants brings a square sheet of metal, and Neffy gestures for you to watch. She brings the blade to the target almost lazily and pushes it steadily into the metal, which heats up intensely, making like a popping and cracking noise as a hole starts to form in the point where she's concentrating it. After about 5 seconds, she withdraws the blade, and it immediately refocuses itself. It's ready right away to be used again. She goes up, and it's quickly translated by the Varden. Precision is the best use. However, and she draws a deep breath, and then she brings the blade down in a sharp slashing motion, and the metal sheet is cleaved in two in an instant. But you look, and the blade is dispersed into the wide cone, and she has to adjust the mechanism and get it to refocus to be the line of heat again.
Yeah.
She goes... They explain it will find equilibrium again, but after the killing blow, you may have no effective weapon for several precious seconds. The blade is meant for attack, especially against the magic of the light and the dark. It cuts them and burns them both. However, it cannot parry a blow, and you are best to use a shield or be wearing heavy armor if it is your weapon of choice. So, the Vehement Blade, which I will copy and paste, is a level 6 artifact. It is a medium weapon. All attacks against opponents wielding the power of the other gods are eased by 1 step. It does 4 damage, and then 2 damage on the following round with a successful attack if the target is god-touched only. 4 damage for a regular target. The special ability is Vehement Slash. An attack does 12 damage.
My God. God.
You cannot add effort to that strike. The blade then is unusable for 1d4 rounds as you try and get it to refocus its thermal energy again.
Okay.
We will put that in session notes.
So we're giving that to Tommy, right?
Well, actually...
Oh, I definitely think Kiara should take it.
Yep. Beatrice will... I'm assuming her sister is nearby her.
Yes, right next to you.
Okay. And instead, I'm assuming they're presenting it to Beatrice, right? That's how they're doing it?
They're just demonstrating it in general.
Well, she will direct their focus to Kiara and say, Kaiser was not the only one God touched today.
I'm gonna kind of put my hand out for it. May I?
Certainly, you understand the basics of working of this device.
I'm gonna try to kind of get a feel for its weight. And yeah. A fucking lightsaber. That's so cool.
She leans over and whispers to you, you can wield medium weapons, right?
I'm gonna look at her. Yeah. That's why I'm not dead after sneaking out all those times.
Okay. That was really cool, and I didn't want it to be lame afterwards.
I am gonna look at Abigail, though. I do feel like somebody might have a renewed interest in kicking my ass, though. To make sure that I know how to use this right. I'm just thinking of the time she would have done training, and I saw her training my sister, and I'm like,
oh yeah, she's gonna teach you how to use that thing, or you guys are gonna learn together how to use that thing.
They provide you, given that you don't appear to have a shield, they provide you with a basic shield.
Ooh.
Thank
Look
you.
at that
Um,
shield.
it
I like
cannot.
So I can defend my home.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
believe it counts as like one armor. I
I
can't
think
remember how
so.
shields work.
1 armor, and now my arm is full.
Yeah. Cannot carry any other things. So you are told that they can take you up to the surface. It is a fairly long trip. You've actually descended quite a ways to get down to here, so it is going to take a couple of hours to get up to what they know to be a cave exit at the top of the mountain.
All right.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah.
can I get, if you have it written down, can I get the physical description of this sword? Because that sounded pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
I know you put the stats in there, but like,
Yeah.
I love the imagery you used with the blooming of it. It is so cool.
Just put the whole description in session commentary, and you can copy paste. Oh,
Thank
your
you.
message is too long. Really? 9 characters too long. Which 9 characters will I take out? I will take out the fact that it has been produced in a hard metal case, and that should get us there.
Oh, I was gonna say take out all the apostrophes. Start there.
Yeah, it's so gone. Nobody needs apostrophes.
I mean, you know.
I assume that on the trip, that would be a great chance for Tanya and Kaiser to have a chat.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um,
What up, Tanya?
hey, Tanya. Well, actually, she's gonna start that conversation. She's going to approach, kind of sidle up to Kaiser, and say,
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
and say, you know, you were a lot. Cynical is one way to put it for how you were all of those years ago. It's nice to, she says this as a joke. She says, it's nice to finally meet my secret admirer.
What?
Yeah, you know, a few decades is a long time to keep a something like that kind of kept in.
I needed to be Abigail for a minute.
And I needed to grow and change.
And so you've obviously changed, and she gestures to literally everything about you.
Yeah, I've changed, and I've grown older. But so have you.
Yeah. Just 1,000-yard stare from Abigail. She thinks about like everything she's done in the last 17 years. What happened? Made you change?
I met someone who changed my life, and I suddenly had two people in my life who I had to be different for. And change like that doesn't happen overnight, so
More gradual for you then.
and then I lost one of those two lights, and it really kind of really drove it in for me.
I think loss. It changes people in a lot of ways, certainly. What did you mean when you said you wanted to be the seed for this planet, for the future? You wanted to plant yourself?
You know how, like, a settlement will pop up around port, the port will pop up around body of water.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a big tree. People will find a shelter underneath it. They'll set up a small homestead. That'll grow into a big village. I think what I'm doing and what we're doing, we and I, with this compromise, I have to be at least what I'm standing for. Has to be like the river or the trees. It has to stand somewhere.
And where do you want to stand?
In a place where I can reach as many people as I can.
I mean, we're going to a top of a mountain to light a beacon. Seemed like a pretty good place.
Then I'm with the right people, going the right way.
Certainly. And you see her just kind of like look at you for like a solid minute and not say anything. She goes, I always wondered what you were like. I kept your note for years.
I was going to ask if you remembered my response to your pretty appropriate and apt for what we just went through statement.
Well, certainly. How could I forget? And in the most trying times, one must be both seed and nurturer. For change from within causes change from without. And she just recites it out loud. After I joined the family, I thought about it quite often. Thought about how right you were.
Oh, how we can both be a right and a wrong at the same time.
It's weird to be two things at once.
You know, I keep saying that. Over like 3 campaigns, I've been saying that.
You are three things at once. Now,
4 things.
4 things. You are 4 things at once.
I
What does
love
that
eavesdropping.
feel like?
Feels like a me. I feel like a one thing.
If you don't mind, I would like to be a part of that one thing. For as long as you'd let me stay around. I've learned a lot from you.
Are you?
And
We'll see. No, I'm just kidding. I
I think
like that very much.
Yeah. When you say that, Tanya will laugh.
Probably just like that.
Loud, yeah, she'll laugh loudly and genuinely.
People are probably really thrown off by that.
A lot of heads
for
turn.
sure.
Yeah. Like whoever's in front of you who's not with the dwellers below, just turn around and they're like, you hear Tommy go, "What the hell was the joke?" Like it's got to be a pretty good joke for get her laughing.
Beatrice, who's definitely not eavesdropping on this conversation, is also it's like stopped so far, like somebody runs right behind her, just like, what the fuck?
Abigail can laugh? What do you mean?
You've laughed, just not like that.
Yeah,
It's been very bitter and dry.
yeah, that's true. This was genuine, for sure.
Mhm.
And I think that's, unless Kaiser has anything else to say, Tanya, I think she's good.
At present, Kaiser looks deep in thought.
Okay. She's gonna let him stew, but she is going to. She'll walk silently beside him, just enjoying his company.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be silent for too long because as soon
Yep.
as you're not there,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we got questions, you know.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah, for
sisters
sure. I'm
pull up as
sure. I'm
united
sure they
front
do.
and are like
Some
just
hot
pulling you
goss.
back.
Look, a flanking maneuver.
Oh no, I
We have
didn't teach you
Fabio
that.
standing
Then.
in front of you, so that way you can't escape. Okay.
Ah,
So-
yes.
Tanya, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tanya Abigail Barden.
Okay. So you went by your middle name for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
17 years.
Yep.
17
I'm gonna
years.
kind of like elbow her, like, no, this is weird. I want.
No. It's unique for sure. Also,
My brother used to call me Tabby when we were kids.
I can't do that. That's too much.
I
change
don't
in
want
one
you
day.
to do that, actually. He was the only one who could get away with it.
Okay. All right. So first off, Abigail, Tanya, Abigail,
You can call
Tanya,
me.
Tanya, Abigail,
AT?
You can call me Abigail for now.
TA.
No.
All right. All right. Okay, so Abigail. All right. I was unaware you knew of Kaiser previously outside of like family dynamics. Did you know
You
about
were
that?
eavesdropping.
What? No. Mm.
Yeah, we were eavesdropping. You weren't far away.
Yeah, it's also the walls echo, so everyone heard just a smidgen of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
You know, for someone who's generally pretty direct, you're being irritatingly coy.
Hey, I learned from the best. And she finger guns Atlas. Or not Atlas,
Atlas.
Natalie. Or Beatrice. Fuck.
Whose names that you're saying?
I mean, honestly, that
how far
that
did
would
this
fit
go?
for Atlas too.
Yeah, it was
fair
for
point.
Atlas.
Fair point. Yeah, you know, I do appreciate that.
I don't.
But
Answers.
yeah, that would be great. I mean,
I didn't know Kaiser directly before the family. It was a before I was Abigail and I was Tanya,
Tabby.
I was a.
Mhm.
I'm gonna punch you.
You might kill me.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. I was a professor for a university. I could menace her. I was a professor for a local university where we were from, and there was
Huge career change.
Yeah, well, there was a lot that happened within a very short period of time. But while I was a professor, my whole thing was free thinking and thought. It was inspiring people to not let the rules of society govern them in the way that the Emboli preferred it. It was more of like people have a choice and have a right to make a choice, and they have a right to change if they want to change. They don't have to be governed by a society that does not change. That whole thing.
I think you can understand why this is somewhat weird to hear from you.
Well, you keep tweaking out before I can finish the sentence.
You're right. We'll let you finish the story.
Let me finish the story.
Beatrice from nowhere has pulled out a piece of paper and is starting to write down questions as you are talking.
Yeah, it is weird. Yes, I agree, coming from me. But that's who I was before the family. I used to do a lot of writing about it, and it became more of a free thinking movement, a bit of an activist. You were aware that I was.
Oh my God, are you the
Yes.
professor that was all over her room when she was a kid?
I'm gonna definitely elbow you. Shut up.
I'm sorry, I forgot. The questions were meant to be at the end. I'm sorry. The questions were meant to be at the end.
Abigail looks startled at that. I don't know. I'm gonna ignore that question for now. We'll come back to it.
No, we don't need to come back to that.
We definitely can, but anyway.
No, I definitely think we can. Anyways, so yes, that it was a whole activist movement, and I wrote a lot. I didn't do a lot of speaking, but I did write a lot about how people had the right to change. And I received a note anonymously after a very particular powerful speech or thought that was released out to the public, and I didn't know who it was, obviously, because it was anonymous, and just found out literally maybe 30 minutes ago that it was Kaiser. So.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know why? How did he know? I guess that's a question for him.
Did you start communicating with each other back and forth, or was it just the one note?
It was the one time.
Okay.
The one note.
All right. Okay. So you completely were going against everything the family kind of stood for, and then you started working directly as an enforcer for the family. And I know that you said a lot happened in a short amount of time. And that's bars in the chat over there. But
Chat? What chat?
All
of the NPCs have a text chat going on, just talking about the drama between all four of them.
All the NPCs have nosebleeds.
I don't need specifics. I don't need specifics if that's too much. But what generally happened to make that drastic of a switch? Not only in name.
I was betrayed.
By whom?
My mentor.
Oh no. Was that who was that?
Did I have a name for her? Please hold.
Checking the notes,
Wow.
checking the notes. Abigail's like, wait, pulls out this note sheet from the backpack. I gotta go from the back.
See, Abigail would be able to tell you immediately the name. I don't know if I ever.
I don't think. I don't think so.
I don't think I ever gave her a name.
Just your mentor.
Yeah. She will give you a name.
Okay.
And
Her
I
name is
will
Mena
supply that.
Tor.
Mena, Dr.
Minotaur,
Mena,
yeah, let's go with
Mena
that.
Ator.
Menator.
Minotaur. Yeah. She was the person who really was helping me lead this movement. And we had this idea for a rally, something really big that would really make everyone stand up and take notice. And I wasn't a huge fan of the Emboli, and they weren't a huge fan of me.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, it's a wonder. And anyways, they found out about this rally and they started poking around and asking questions. And they managed to get a conversation was had with my mentor, and I guess they offered her a deal and she couldn't refuse. So she kind of, I guess the term would be, threw me under the carriage.
Oh.
And I was arrested.
And then
Was
our
going to be
family
sentenced.
came in.
Yeah, pretty
adopted
much.
you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was I taught one of the younger generations. There's so many of everybody in the family. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Nero pipes
Nero.
up and goes. Nero pipes up and goes. You don't have to protect me at this point. I was just doing a job.
Yeah. Nero reached out to me after I was arrested and imprisoned, and the job was, hey, we could use you to be as an enforcer for the family, but you have to give up what you know, what you've been doing. And
You got to get off of your high horse, is what I told you.
And you took and turned that and said, I gotta abandon all of my previously held beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when the person you look up to most, who you thought shared your ideas and your ideology, betrays you in that way.
Yeah, I guess it does come crashing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just feels like you have more questions.
Well, why work with us for so long?
I didn't really have anything else. It got easy. It was easier to follow orders than try to change them.
Our family was able to convince the Emboli that instead of execution, you deserved redemption in a sense?
It wasn't necessarily execution. It was going to be sentenced to hard labor. Like a labor camp.
Yeah, those people tend to come out totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Thanks,
bought
Beatrice.
your sentence, is what they did.
Exactly.
You didn't come cheap, okay?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you.
I am a Barden, she says.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard of our family being able to convince the Emboli to buy out somebody's sentence.
Nero
We've been able to
shrugs.
negotiate, avoid, plausible deniability, circumstantial evidence, all of that. That's a lot, which means it had to have been. Greg, what is the leader of our family's name again?
Poppy? You would just call it Poppy.
Poppy. So that would have had to been Poppy's choice. So you, and she turns to Nero, you somehow convinced Poppy to do that?
Because, I thought it just to convince people the way I got the swords and the daggers for you. Poppy, you like me.
You slept with my
Yes.
great-grandfather?
No, I said I don't. I got other
jeez.
ways to convince the people. Are you not listening?
No, I'm sorry. I thought I heard the part where I got the weight and I got your dad. I was just like, oh my goodness. I mean,
I'm not listening to this.
she did
It's
it.
good. It's
She
not
did it.
accurate. It's not accurate at all.
Okay, I misunderstood. That's on me. My bad. All right. Okay. That's. Yeah, okay. You're able to convince the head of the family. Cool.
Well, you see, the thing that Tanya here is not telling you is that she had another career in between her childhood and her being a revolutionary with the words, and that is that she had a military education, which it would have been a shame to see go to waste.
Okay. All right. Military background. Yeah, that explains why you hit so hard and look so mean. Okay.
My family, very prominent military family, the Bardens are. We've had many decorated officers. And actually, if you talked to any of them or any of my superior officers in the times that I was in the military, they would tell you that I was very insolent.
Surprising.
I'm gonna give you such a look at that because I feel like we had conversations where you use that exact phrasing for her.
As Abigail, this was when she was fully still. This was when, and she'll say it. She'll be like, "Now I see the look. I see the look, Kiara. I do. But you gotta understand, this was before I was. This was when I still believed that the world could change. And then
Wow.
I believe in it a little bit more.
Right.
You asked me that maybe 2 weeks ago, the answer would have been, get the hell out of my face. I don't want to talk about it. Just point me in the direction to hit something, and I'll hit something. But now I'm trying to be more open-minded, like I was before.
All right. Okay. Yara, do you have any other questions?
I'm sure I will, but I think I need to go talk to my husband about everything.
Hey, what were your paper titles? Because I remember hers on her walls, and I just want to know if they line up.
There's
Uh,
no
s-
need to discuss
Tanya
it.
gives a list, and they're exactly the ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
Kiara
had
was
all of them.
absolutely. No, I
He
didn't.
disappears into the darkness.
I want you to know how upset our mother was when she found that, and it's hilarious now. Thinking about that, you worked for us then later on. It's not hilarious, actually. It's tragic, but I can't think of anything else other than to say funny.
No, it was. It's pretty hilarious.
You stopped her from going to a protest, a rally.
Yeah, that was. Remember, that was after
Yeah,
betrayal.
no, it's
there's
just
pre-betrayal, and then there's after
full
betrayal.
circle moment. So, yeah, full circle moment. The two of you influenced each other decades ago and are able to somehow find each other again
Yeah.
in the most dire of circumstances, in a sense.
I had to do a lot of mental shuffling when I joined the family.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
That's kind of a requirement with us.
Yeah. It was not the person who I was before, the person I was when I joined, they are not the same person, and I don't think I would ever return to that person.
I understand. Okay.
The group kind of shuffles to a stop, and the I came up with his name and I keep forgetting it. The Geschalte who's leading you stops and turns around and goes, if you go any farther, there is a light leaking into these caves ahead. You will easily find your way out from here. But we will stay here because surely if you are successful, then there will be the infralight and we can perhaps proceed forward and offer you some assistance once this is in place. You all go ahead, just like 3 or 4 minutes, snaking your way through the last bit of the cave, and you step out to an exit that is like on the side of a canyon wall, back into the incredibly bright light in the sky
Shade our
overhead,
eyes a
all
little bit.
squinting.
Ah!
That is extremely bright, but the canyon in front of you is clouded with a black mist. Ahead of you, perhaps 100 feet above, across the canyon, is the peak of a roof of a great building, also painted black by Sonator. The canyon descends some 30 feet to a low point, and you can see it turns off to your right, and you can see there are old cart tracks and footprints still that show a well-worn path that probably leads around that side up to the buildings at the top somehow. The canyon walls, as soon as you emerge, seem to stir with motion as you take in the scene, and the sluggish movements of the unkept and the flickering wisps of living shadows begin to move towards the cave opening when they detect life.
Right.
Those who would dare to wake in a world taken by darkness and sleep. And we will leave it there, as you will have to next time traverse the valley of the shadow of death.
Yay!
Oh.
Snaps.
It's like that Tupac song.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh no, it's not Tupac. Which one is Gangster Paradise?
Coolio, or fucking, is it Coolio? It's
yeah,
Coolio.
I think it's that Coolio, yeah. Tupac. So that was fun.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Oh,
I couldn't hear
big
you,
dragon. You're still muted.
Still can't.
There we go. I had
Mhm.
the button pressed. Stupid boobs probably did that. I got a lightsaber.
You
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lightsaber.
You did get a
We
lightsaber.
talked to a dragon.
That was pretty damn cool.
That
I
was
got
pretty
outed
damn
as
cool.
being
Kaiser
a
mastered the
fangirl.
Avatar state. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister threw me under the carriage of humiliation. We
Look.
found out your actual name.
Yeah.
Yep. Tanya.
Tanya Gale.
That's amazing.
It
cool.
had to be at a very juicy point. I would say
I
that's
know.
such a juicy point.
I
That was
know.
juicy, man.
Very
It was
good,
So
very
juicy.
good. Very good. Ooh.
Ooh.
Very fun session.
That's
Very fun.
Yes. Now we get to watch horrors happen, and I still haven't had a chance to talk to Horatia again.
I mean, it did take us a few hours to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to talk to her with everybody around. I want to have like if and then she wants to talk to Abigail and Kyra again together. Not for
Mhm.
the Tanya stuff, but
I do not wish to repeat failures. That's just.
Yeah, that was a cool line.
That was so
A
good.
lot of good lines from Beatrice this
Yeah.
session.
On
Yeah.
Kaiser.
oh yeah.
And Kaiser. Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
I mean, I guess technically one is a quote from Tanya said by Kaiser.
Yeah.
That's,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. It's pretty damn good. We just gotta get there, you know? The temple that's painted over black now, which is awesome. Isn't foreboding in the slightest.
No, but I mean, hey, we do have the vehement blade,
We do. We have a
Mhm.
dope ass lightsaber.
and if we focus Horatia's like ire on anything dark and shadowy, maybe just maybe she will exhaust herself dealing with all that stuff.
There's something about it. I feel like we're missing something
Oh
slightly
yeah.
with her plans. Like I'm
So
just like,
she's gonna end up turning coat because of the influence that's been placed
yeah,
on her. I guarantee.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, a part of me's like, there have been chances to kill us. Why haven't you done it yet? You know?
Yeah.
hmm
Something that got me unrelated was when the dragon asked, like, "Oh, you're not in the dark or the light. Do you like it that way?" It's like, yeah, it's working so far.
Working
Cool.
pretty dang
Yeah.
good. Pretty dang good, I do say so myself.
So far, so good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
I'm a separate third thing.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Special.
There's always a third option.
Yeah, what is that? What is that line from? Or possibly a separate third thing. I can't.
That's
remember.
from SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's from the SpongeBob movie
Yes, it is.
when he's making his speech to all of the plankton bots, and he's about to sing Goofy Goober.
Go Goofy Goober, rock.
Well, that was very enjoyable for me, and you all seem to have a good time. So I think that's
It
the
was
objective,
great.
right?
That was great. Very good. I just want you to know Beatrice is unraveled by the fact that Nero could convince her Poppy to do something, and Nero didn't last time she tried.
I think Nero is like very good at one thing.
Yep.
That sounds.
Which is a
about
very
right, yeah.
narrow set of skills.
God.
The timing didn't work out, but I did want Dante to approach you. But I think he might
not
still before the
getting
end of the
raised.
campaign.
I'm curious if that conversation is gonna happen.
You think
I
he's
think
getting
it-
erased?
I think it might be in the denouement at this point. I'm going to be honest. The next session is going to start with some of your party being like, "Hey, we don't think we can make it across there."
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Horatia, come join us, please.
Oh yeah, she's coming.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking about there feels like something we're missing about Horatia that we're not picking up like we need
Yeah.
to. Mhm.
I mean, the fact that Sonator's letting us get so close to the goal, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because, like, I thought maybe Rubitel might give us some pushback, but they really didn't, you know?
Mm-mm.
And they're more than happy to let us do it. Like, they're not gonna, like, directly help us, in a sense, right? But they're more than happy to let us do our thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think that's just the ambition thing, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's just.
No, if we want it, we have to get it. Like, that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
With
it's
Sonator, he just wants darkness.
Mhm.
So the fact that we're trying to bring light, and
Yeah,
we're
she's
also
like,
trying
go
to
sleep,
bring.
stop. Just
But
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easy to just sit down?
Okay, so that's the.
Wouldn't it just be easier to just go to bed and not wake up?
But here's the thing: all of these gods that we've met have all had these positive and negative elements to themselves when there's one too much of one side. Very much, too much of a good thing goes bad, you know? And Sonator's thing is like it is peace and it is rest, which are needed things. And honestly, I would think the dragon would be more aligned with that because that idea kind of goes with home a little bit. But I also understand complete and utter forcing of that slumber and it being a falsehood. It's not even true rest or peace. It's just something they conjured. Like going to that village is very helpful to be like, hey, like I felt it was fake. It was nice, but I knew it wasn't real.
Well, I think the big thing is that because like Swatorix is like, you don't need these things.
Yeah.
I will give you shelter.
Mhm.
You come with me. You don't need the light or the dark. You don't need the rest. You can rest, but you don't need the rest as traditional beings would.
It is interesting to think about, like, when you think about all of the different gods, like, too much is a bad thing, right, for all of them. But it feels like Sonator specifically is like Sonator's only good in moderation.
Yeah.
Like the only way that Sonator can truly exist in any meaningful way is if there is somebody else there who is like restraining them or keeping them at bay.
That's
like,
true. No, it's true of all of them. If you let Desimata have her way, everyone conforms to the exact same set of rules in lockstep and stifles all creativity and all things out of line, much like the Amboli did. There is no room for dissension under the light of the sun.
Okay. And too much ambition leads you to become incredibly cruel.
Yeah.
Or completely chaotic, like a complete opposite of complete and total anarchy.
Selfish, completely,
I see like so individualistic that you become almost like tribalism, but it's per person.
Yeah. Well,
and then I could see Zwatorix like home and protection and hearth and this and that being like tribalism, period.
Yeah.
The reason why you feel that way about Sonator is because you joined the world state where Sonator had won. So you are looking at the most extreme version of the god of peace. And it's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's as bad as it gets.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I think that is something been very clearly conveyed to all of them about the fact that, like, we all need to be in moderation and we need to be in harmony. And it's only going to happen if we do that. Otherwise, it's just going to be it's going to be another one. It's going to be Desimata, or it's going to be Ruatil, or it's going to be Sonator. It's going to be one of those who overtakes.
Yeah, because what we're seeing, the manifestations of Sonator that we've seen are the most extreme and pervasive. It's a result of her victory.
My question is, he has to use people like his chosen, same way that the others have to use their chosen in order to help the plan. So I wonder if it started with simply, it was Esmeralda, right? Who was in charge beforehand?
Of the light? Who had the light? Yes.
So if Esmeralda was starting to push it too much and it was a combat and then it just went too far based off of maybe the ambitions or, I mean, I guess ambitions of others to like just take it further. Like, well, we can't have chaos if everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, it is the people who drive one god to dominance over another, right?
Yeah.
But the because they can't embrace the magic and compromise at the same time, it's why the vampires are the way the vampires are. They're like, if enough people joined us, like the immoral aspect of having thralls seems better to the vampires than dealing with the nonsense of having to follow a specific
because
god.
they lived through that conflict.
Yeah.
Like I would rather choose the lesser of two evils because
the complete rejection.
The greater
this one is really bad.
fucking really bad. Yeah.
It was like it's like a complete rejection of the gods.
Yeah, no gods, no masters is
the
feral vampires' belief. Yeah. I don't know. I think I did okay at presenting a philosophical world.
You
That
did. It's very
yeah.
good. I like it.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
I'm just
No doubt
my
there.
concern is when we run into somebody who has been touched by Sonator that is not Kaiser, because we haven't had that happen yet.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the at the level that maybe Kaiser is operating right now. No, you haven't.
Right.
nobody
'cause I mean-
operates on the same level as the Avatar. It's
No,
not
that's
possible.
Mm-mm.
But
Because like when we look at Sonator's influence, we
Mhm.
have had people influenced by Sonator.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Abigail, Tanya, Kiara,
Mm-hmm.
and that we're figuring
Horatio.
Horatio, and then all of the restless dead that are moving around. So it's like I would imagine it as the living agents of Sonator are doing so not necessarily knowing that they are,
Yeah, that's possible.
whilst the
Mm.
ones who are dead can't because they are dead and they're just being
Yeah.
puppeted by
It's
whatever.
it's just tools.
That
It's
is
gonna be
interesting thought.
Because when you're asleep, you're not aware that you're asleep.
That's true. It's like sleepwalking. There's just a bunch of people sleepwalking, and
That would explain
Tough.
why,
And-
like Horatio still thinks. I mean, the Horatio probably still. Horatio definitely believes that she is still on this righteous path.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite possible Horatio has no idea what even happened. Like, they
Yeah.
completely took her over. She went into some sort of idealized version of Desimoda's light she thought was a vision. Comes to, oh my god, he's gone. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's quite possible she's unaware.
Well, when you
It's
shut up
quite
the
possible she's
loudmouth,
not.
when you permanently quieten the loudmouth, that
Mhm.
offers you some semblance of peace.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I will say, and I think this is something that may have come out from Horatio without necessarily a lot of conversation, is that the less chaotic factors there are in the whatever scenario she's trying to see the future of,
Mhm.
the easier it feels for her to envision the future that she
Yeah.
believes
Yeah.
in.
Mm.
And his going away, he was actively fighting with the same amount of influence as the captain had,
Yeah.
and then he was gone. So her experience, this, like, whether or not she was responsible for his death, the amount of stress she felt about the situation went down when he was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why she's coming across as relieved after the fact.
Yeah.
It's also quite possible too, the amount of moving, like as Greg said, the amount of moving pieces makes an unclear picture. And therefore she doesn't like that because potentially she never had to deal with that beforehand when it was
Yeah.
just the Emboli and Desimata, you know?
She's trying to find the easy path.
The
It's
easy
the
way out.
easiest
Yeah.
path.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which that was a good line too. I don't want people to do it just because it's easy.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that was. I have
That was
to
really
wonder.
good.
Thank you.
Back on Nativia, was it? Was Desimata one of the few paragons who would do this sort of thing? Is this super
Yes.
unprecedented? Okay.
Yeah, I think I think it would have been surprising that one of the Emboli would have stepped out of line to
She was
make
the
the offer.
weirdo.
And then for the, I mean, also for the offer to be not, I will protect you here, I will rehabilitate you here. It's like, no, I'm going to take you all here, right? It's a power play in a sense, but it is
Yeah.
a weird power play to gamble on, right?
Yeah.
Because certainly, had it would be apparent to all the characters that she did not know what Ruatil was, or
Oh
even
yeah,
if
absolutely.
Ruatil
Yeah.
was there
Mhm.
until the light shone, until she
Yeah.
became the
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, this
Pretty
definitely
fucking
went
neat.
not the way she planned it for sure.
Mm-mm.
Okay, we're making it work.
Yeah.
We
We're
are
getting there.
doing pretty dang good,
It-
I will say.
It is interesting to think about it from her perspective, though, because she turns and she ascends right there in the middle of ship,
Mhm.
and then is about to offer like all of this new freedom to these people that she's led here, and then she gets just her arm cut off by a green shard, and she's like, "Oh fuck, I can't do anything about this now." You know,
Yeah.
the most I
That's a
can
lot.
offer them is this light that I've left. You know.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before I go, I want y'all to see Bo. I'm gonna have to wake him up and piss him off. Give me 1 second.
Oh.
But also too, I think the Ruatel talking about the fact that like a lot of people are not going to be happy about this.
Zork, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. A lot of people are not going to be happy. Is a very true. Oh, hello, handsome man.
Oh my god!
So handsome.
Are we
You-
wearing
you
a
missed
hoodie?
all-
boy!
Are we
Yeah,
wearing
you
a
missed the-
hoodie?
He got his haircut
Yeah.
today. It was a little chilly.
It is.
It's
Are you
chilly.
also experiencing the chilly weather, Ben?
Oh yeah, it's 62 degrees right now.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It's
I
just
like that
like-
all of those noises woke Louis up, and Louis like, "What's going on? What are we
Louis,
doing?"
I know, I
We're
haven't
getting
seen
excited?"
Louis all session.
Louis was not asleep. Louis was at there's somebody walking their dog or out being out about. He's stressing him the heck out. Hello.
Look at that little fuzz he has at the top of his head.
He's so punk rock right now.
He is!
I was like, he looks like a little punk dude with his
Hello, bud.
hoodie on.
He also, I believe the
also looks super tired.
It's just like
yes.
Yeah.
Louis, please stop.
I'm out, Dad.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna head
Also-
out for the night. Thank you all for a
Bye,
wonderful
Ben.
session. Good night.
See you
glad
on
you-
Sunday.
As well.
Sunday.
See you Sunday.
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 Ooh, let me quickly introduce you guys to my couch surfer. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. All right, buddy. Can you not? Thank you so much.
I am so pleased that this world fosters so much discussion about how it works and what it means.
It's interesting. I'm excited to see what
I'm-
happens after because I can't feel like I can't create a character just yet until I get
Yeah.
what's after.
Until you kind of get an idea.
Yeah.
I am very curious on why these groups never learned how to compromise.
Greetings.
Hello!
Greetings.
Hello.
I'm gonna be real honest, Joe. I thought I was gonna be a
Hello.
dog, and I was a little excited.
Hello!
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi.
It's going
Meet
well. Who
Meet
are
you.
you?
I'm Jasper.
Ah.
Just
And you were occupying our friend's couch.
I found
Yes.
a German D&D player of my own. This one's a little.
Oh,
nice.
the
Nice.
last one.
yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Nice.
Was that like a requirement for whoever's going to come couch surf? You must play a TTRPG. Is that?
I think so. It was in the ad, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It absolutely has to be
100%.
a TTRPG
Yeah.
player.
They just asked if it's a requirement to play a TTRPG to stay with you.
Yes, only nerds allowed to stay on my couch.
Was that in the ad, Jewel?
Yeah, that's why he's the only one who's come so far.
Perfect.
I love that.
They're
That's
like,
cool.
"Oh, this one nerds. You should let him stay on the couch." I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So, how long are you staying for?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just kind of arrived today, and I'm I'm gonna have to make a plan on what I want to do on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, I'm gonna write him a
That's
list
cool.
of things that he should do.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Always listen to the locals. That's my motto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they absolutely know everything that's going on with the
I mean, yeah.
area for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, more than I would know, and more than the internet could tell me. So
That's true.
The internet's not going to tell you where the actually good fish and chip place is. It's just not going to
Yeah,
happen.
Mm.
the actual really good fish and chips place is the one next to the famous one.
They gotta
Weirdly, it's
they gotta
the
try
gluten-free
harder.
ones that are the
Mhm.
best. I don't know why.
Cool.
So. And yeah, later tonight we're gonna go get hamburgers.
Ooh, yum.
They are half
Ooh.
price and delicious.
Forget.
I love
It's
when you
like
say later tonight, and I look at the clock, and I'm living the future, and I'm like, I ain't doing nothing later
I
tonight.
forget. You're like
I know,
you're
yeah.
like 3 hours behind.
How far?
It's
in
like
the future
10:23
for
where I
cosplayers?
am.
Yeah, same
It's
here.
like, what do you mean later tonight?
I'm like, this is it.
So you two are the ladies are 2 hours ahead. I'm 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I live in the past. On Sunday, there are other people who live in the past with me.
Nice.
On Sunday,
Kevin.
yeah, we're the majority.
Kevin.
Most people
And
live
sometimes Isabel, depending on whether or not it's daylight savings time or not.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true,
yeah.
'cause she
Oh
lives in
my God,
Arizona.
that's the worst.
Does
Mm.
daylight savings time not affect Arizona?
No,
Arizona, half
They
of
don't.
half
it's
of
the
Arizona doesn't
only
do it.
yeah, it's like
Oh.
the only part of the United States that
Look
doesn't.
at that
Yeah.
new information I
We're the
had.
province that does that here. Saskatchewan is like daylight savings time is stupid, and so they don't do it.
Well, they're right.
Yeah.
They are.
But-
Yeah, it is
But
stupid.
hey,
It is
you know,
stupid,
you know what
but-
It's very
invented
stupid.
Daylight savings
It
time?
is.
I don't know, Germany.
It was Germany. It was the Nazis. They invented it.
The
I
Nazis
didn't know
did
that.
Did they really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
that.
seriously, it was invented by the Nazis.
Well,
Thank
see,
you
the thing
for
is,
informing me.
it would be
Wonder I
on the
don't like it.
list. It would be on the list of the worst things the Nazis ever did, except that the
Mm.
list is like
Yeah.
it's you gotta
That-
go way
yeah.
down the
It's
list to
6
find
million
it.
long. It's 6 million long. The worst thing they ever did. Yeah.
6 million long? Jesus Christ.
Too soon? No.
Hey.
I feel like I'm in the middle of Faulty Towers. Don't mention the war. Yeah.
What war? There's no war in Basing Say.
No
Yeah.
war.
Ah.
You did find a nerd. Good.
Yes.
I was actually just watching season 2, like
Ah.
just now. Yeah.
My favorite season because we get introduced
yeah,
to
it
Toph,
is.
my favorite character.
Yeah.
I'm just one episode away from the Blind Bandit right now. So.
I love that.
Oh, she's
I've
great.
got to show you the cosplay I did of Toph.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I
Oh,
dressed as
yeah.
Toph for Halloween one
Oh,
year,
that's
and I
great.
got foam that I like spray painted to look like rocks, and it was attached to fishing line, so I could hold it. And it
Oh,
looked like
that's
a,
cool.
That's cool.
And I
That is
got
cool.
blind contacts in my eyes.
That's dope as hell.
It's pretty cool.
I love that.
Oh, now I have to rewatch the Curse of the Black Pearl and Avatar. You guys are just making my list long.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Secret tunnel.
I
Secret
just
Tunnel.
finished that episode. Yeah.
My favorite Katara outfit is when she's in the Fire Nation.
Oh yeah.
I'd love that
absolutely.
outfit.
Yeah,
It's
her
so
Fire
good.
Nation outfit
It's
is
so
It's
good.
fire.
yeah.
Yeah. Aang with hair is weird though.
I can't.
I
Okay,
do,
yes,
but I kind
agreed.
of like it. I kind of like it. It just, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's like
It's
a kid.
okay,
It's
but
okay,
You know?
but honestly, I'm really excited for Aang with a beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, with the movie.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited to
Yeah.
see adult them.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of the comics they're going to incorporate
Oh yeah, I hope all of
into
it.
the story.
Just
Yeah.
be very very close to the source they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
remain
that's gonna be cool.
cautious.
Yeah,
and-
but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Oh, I'm
But
But
cautiously
after the
optimistic.
first Avatar, I was after the first Avatar movie, how could you ever be worried about anything?
I mean,
It
yes,
can
that's
only
true.
Go upwards from there.
And the
Yeah.
Netflix series that's
Avatar
totally
movie.
awesome and definitely not
Oh my god.
bad.
I still have nightmares about that.
There's this really weird rule that Hollywood or entertainment in general never seems to follow. You should remake bad things so you can make them better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the original Ocean's 11 movie is a bunch of the Rat Pack goofing around together, getting paid to kind of just hang out where they would normally hang out. So they remade it with George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and it was a good movie. But so rarely does this happen. Most of the time, they take a very good movie and go, "Man, I wonder how we can do better." You can't. It's already good.
They don't
Yep.
wonder how to do better. They are just like, I wonder how much I can milk this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, how,
do you
how to
guys-
turn
If it's
it
not
better?
broken, don't
Why?
fix it.
Yeah.
Why always make live action versions of amazing
Yeah,
cartoons?
Animated
or
movies. What's the point of that?
movies?
Yeah.
Things
I think
don't
there's a
work
difference
the
also
way they
between
do.
a good live action and just making something live action.
Yeah.
Because like Maleficent was a really good example just because that was an expansion. It was still Sleeping Beauty. Like, it was
But it was
still
a
a
different
Sleeping
It was
story.
their own story.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
was different. There was one movie that I thought should have been a live action. There is one movie that I thought they should make a live action, and they butchered it, and I will never forgive them, and that was Mulan.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
yeah.
stand for it.
yeah.
Why would
did not
Japan
watch that
put
movie.
alive?
The reason
No,
I
I
would
didn't
like
either.
a live action of Mulan specifically
anyone?
is because then it becomes a martial arts movie. And I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool to have a musical
Mhm.
martial arts movie, and I think that could have worked. Except they took the worst parts of the traditional like poem and Western culture, and they removed all the best parts of a Disney musical, and they're like, let's make this a movie. It's like,
Yes, they removed all the
wow.
best parts. They removed Mushu.
Yeah, they removed
What
Mushu,
the
they
hell?
removed music.
Mushu isn't in there?
No,
No.
Of course, Mushu's not in there.
That's-
It's a dark, gritty, feminist retelling,
no,
obviously.
it's
That still
not.
doesn't mean there
know.
shouldn't be a
Fucking
dragon,
feminist.
okay?
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. So the best thing about the poem and the movie is that she wasn't some like gifted prodigy. She just loved her father a lot and worked her ass off. That's
Yeah.
why I like it. In the movie, it's like, oh look, she's this gifted prodigy. And then in the end, she's literally got a line of basically saying, oh, I serve the emperor, I don't question it. And I'm like, no! The whole point is
She
that
literally
got hurt.
rejected a job from him.
Yeah. Also, how can we make women strong if not immediate prodigy and beat all men?
Yeah, yeah. And then the thing that I really hate is there.
Katara.
Ah,
It's the answer is
No.
always an Avatar. It's
Katara.
always an Avatar.
We can't give them an arc. Women
Peak
can't have an arc.
cinema.
Yeah.
The thing that killed me as well in the Mulan movie is they have this bad guy that didn't exist in the poem or the original movie, and it's this like sorceress, and she's like, I was shunned from my village because I practice magic. I'm like, that's not how any Chinese cultures work. None
Mm-mm.
of them. Like, none of them reject that. That's all like, oh, this is cool. Which mountain has blessed you? Like,
It's the same people who think like, like, oh, if you could read as a woman in the medieval ages, witch. And it's like, no,
Yeah, you're a
No.
witch.
no, that's not how that works. Also,
Mm-mm.
witch was a gender neutral term. A man or a woman could be a witch.
A witch.
And it was very rare up until the Spanish Inquisition for them to even find witches. You had to do a whole thing.
they weren't burned for being witches. They were
Nope.
burned for heresy,
Yep.
which is a different charge.
I know, it's so annoying. But if you guys want to feel old real quickly, I was doing comma practice with my students. And one of the questions was the actor George Clooney or whatever. And
Mhm.
one of my periods was like, who's George Clooney?
Wow.
George Clooney. And they're like,
No.
no. I was like, he's not been in a lot of stuff recently, but like, he was in this movie called like The Descendant. And they were all like, The Descendants, like not the Disney Channel movie. No. I was like, Ocean's 11. And they're like, I gotta look this
And
man
12.
up.
And 13.
Realized
Yes.
I'm still
Yeah.
recording.
He was
I was like-
Batman at some point.
That's right. He was
Once.
Batman.